Howdy, folks. This is Vile Mike here. And yes, I was messing with LDG by putting that in the chat because I know he's double streaming my prep for this stream. So I was messing with LDG by putting that in the chat because I know he's. Oh, I forgot to shut down my own link because I was watching his thing earlier. Well, if anyone does want to play, because unfortunately I got messages from both DJ and Yvette in the last short while that neither one of them can play today. And I have not heard back from anyone else who said they were going to play. So I need to get some players. And I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll make another bonus board later on just for Yvette and DJ to play because I know that they really wanted to. How you doing, Jeremy?
On, Mike? Okay. I know Elihu was wanting to play.
Well, LDG is asking why not postpone for next week, and the primary reason is because I've been doing a lot of postponing this calendar because of various issues, like the disaster. JeopNerdy was an utter disaster, and I want to get on schedule. So that's my primary reason for wanting to get it done today. But if people want to say let's postpone it, I can go ahead and do that.
I'm going to jump on real quick. So we're on 2 streams right now. What's going on?
I know,
Val, Mike.
That thing earlier was just to fuck with you.
I know. I love you. Listen, if you're going to play the big boy table, then I don't think that anybody in the chat is going to mind if they wait one more week for Yvette and Deej to be able to play. I mean, that was the big push about this particular episode, was it not? Having big Doctor Who people playing and just to replace the players with just average. Like I know Doctor Who, but I only know the new Who, and that's not even including the Last Doctor. So I'm pointless playing any old Who questions. I won't even pretend to know old Who. But you got Deej and Yvette, man. I'm sure nobody's going to care.
Well, how about
they actually rather see it.
If you guys are really want to see Yvette and DJ play, then say so in the chat, because right now we got 9 people watching. I can postpone it a week, and we can just have a standard nerd chat if you want. So Jordan says he's not even sure. Oh.
All right, we got 2 people there. Yeah, man, because you know what? Even I would love to see Yvette and Deej go at it. Like, that's going to be killer.
Yeah, if you can wait for 2 people who actually know something about Classic Who.
And they are itching. They are itching to do it.
I'll wait a week. We will postpone Doctor Who JeopNerdy. So try to make sure that Deej and Yvette can play.
And you can still have some of the small fries like Elihu, but they're just going to get stomped on by Deej and Yvette. You know that, right?
Hey, I am not small fries. I'm onion rings.
You're better than I would say you're on top of me if you and I were to have a Doctor Who. I mean, I think you know more than I do as far as Doctor Who. So I am a Doctor Who fan.
I'm not small fries, man. I'm onion rings. Okay.
I'm only 9 to 12. 9 to 12. That's it. Anything beyond 9 to 12, I can't. I'm useless.
Unfortunately, even I am pretty much in the same boat as LDG. I didn't watch Who until the relaunch in
Eccleston. No.
I mean, I've seen some stuff since then, but
well, I can tell you guys this. Hey,
look who's wearing a green shirt.
Whoa, is that Professor Brady Specs?
It is I.
No, this is Holly.
Holy shit, buddy. How you
Come on. Say mecca hi, mecca hiney ho.
Ignore my phone calls, buddy.
Hey, Elihu.
Phone calls.
That
I'm
thing
joking.
that you
I
just
haven't
said is
told you.
actually very racist, and you shouldn't do it.
What?
You mean zombies racist?
No, Mecca Lecca Hi, Mecca Heiny Ho. That's considered racist towards Jews.
That's what. Yeah, but that's what zombie always said.
Yes, I know that's what John B. always said, but it was a very racist joke that Pee Wee Herman inserted into his show.
Hey Jeff,
Said you got the wrong show, Elihu.
I really like your green screen. That's cool.
Thank you.
bud.
Thank you.
Hey, what do you think of my lights?
Yo,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we put them up a couple days ago. I redecorated the den, and my wife bought these, and I really want these LEDs. And what's cool is I can change. Okay, so like for example, there's white,
Nice.
red, green. I mean, it's a fucking lightsabers for God's sakes.
Hey, no more shiny head.
hey, real quick, Vile.
Yeah,
What
no
up?
shiny head. Shut up, LDG.
Yeah, I haven't
I
haven't
need-
shaved my head in a while.
I need
Yeah,
to close my
actually,
stream down. Everybody, come check us out over at Viles, man. We're doing a CNA stream. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. Take care. Links in the chat. Come join us.
You don't have to shut down your stream.
Everyone's leaving anyway and coming over here, and yeah, it's all good.
Sorry.
But yeah, for those of you who are just watching this, come hit us up in Vile Mike's. Link is in the chat, guys.
Hey, Vio Mike, I had an idea for a something similar to what you were doing, and I know what Jeff's been doing, kind of a Star Trek. I had you remember that whole what was it called? 6 degrees or 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
6 degrees of separation from Kevin Smith.
Yeah, the original game is
Yeah,
6 degrees of separation, but it turned into 6 degrees of
I was thinking about, I've been thinking about, I would like to put a game together where it's called Connect the Trek. For example, I'm going to give you an example. One would be this woman, while she was dealing with whales,
Marcus.
in Star Trek, was a mother and connected to this horror movie where also the voice actor for the pint-sized serial killer was also a Betazoid serial killer in Voyager. Now, can you name the movie?
Chucky.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Okay. All right.
Wow.
That seems a little bit involved.
Yeah, that's an insane question, but you could easily streamline it. But
that was just one of my. No. That was just one of my. That was going to be one of the harder questions.
Hard?
I've been floating. No. I've just floated a few in my head. I haven't wrote a goddamn thing down. I just thought it'd be a fun idea. Darren's like, child's play, you idiots. It seems like that wasn't as hard a question as you all thought. Elihu got it in a snap.
Well, because I've made questions about Lon Suter being a serial killer and what other serial killer did he play. So
Now here's one I got for you. Let's see if you can figure this one out. Commodore Decker and the woman from the whale biologist from Star Trek 4. I'm sorry, I can't
Seventh
remember her
Heaven,
name.
you're an idiot.
No. Her character name. No. Her character name. What was her character name?
In
Jillian.
Star Trek 4?
Jillian. Yeah, Star Trek 4.
Yeah, it was he's right, Jillian something. I can't remember.
Okay. So here's the thing. Commodore Decker and Jillian, Star Trek 1 and Star Trek 4, also played husband and wife in this heavenly
Seventh Heaven, I already said it.
See?
As soon as you said
And
the first thing, I
Heavenly.
was like, yeah,
it wasn't Commodore Decker.
it was Commander Decker.
No.
Well, actually,
I
he was
say-
captain. He was captain of the ship.
No, yeah,
Until
he
Oh,
was
Kirk
he wasn't
took it.
Captain
Wait,
yet.
did
Captain
I
No.
say
Yeah.
Jeff, did I say Commodore?
Yes, you
Yes.
said Commodore.
Oh, okay. My apologies. You know what I meant
Which
by that. So yeah, it's
supposedly was his
know-
father.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They never said it in canon, but it was implied in,
Right.
well, for lack of a better term, beta canon. And you got alpha and you got beta, but it was always confirmed that it was always assumed, and it was kind of later confirmed that this was.
It was in the book.
Here's the thing I never understood. I want to address something here when it comes to what happened with Kirk getting on the Enterprise. Why did he have to take over as the captain? Why not let Decker be captain of a ship like he is already, and then he plays whatever role, strategic commander, fleet commander. He has overall command, but the
Because
captain
people
of the
wanted
ship
Captain
was-
Kirk. They wanted
What?
him in. They wanted him in command of the Enterprise. It was Star Trek.
And because of poor writing,
Does
he couldn't
anybody
just say
see where I'm
Admiral
going
T.
with that? But does anybody see where I'm going with that? That might have made a
Yeah.
better
Logistically, it would have been. That's how it would have been,
Yes.
and they wouldn't have reduced Deckard's rank or anything. He would just be serving as captain of the ship, but Kirk would be commanding the mission.
Hey, I got a question about Star Trek
Exactly.
4.
Well, that's how. Okay, remember when? What was that admiral in TNG? The blonde who liked the certain type of nuts.
These nuts?
No, not these nuts. Come on, man. I'm trying to be sensible here. Don't fuck with me.
Is it Nechev?
Anyway, she was an admiral. He was the captain. Not Kirk, sorry. Picard was the captain of the flagship, and she said, "You're commanding this sector, and my flagship is the Crazy Horse." Which, if you realize, then she's putting her banner on an Excelsior class starship.
Yeah, so
Nothing. The point was, she had overall command of the entire mission. She chose to put her flag, which outranks the flagship of the Enterprise, on the Crazy Horse.
no, because you can have. I'm sure Darren, if Darren is listening, he can probably agree or say I'm wrong. But you can have a flagship, and then you can also have an admiral's flagship.
Exactly.
So-
That's what I'm going with.
So
That's what
yeah.
I'm going with there. That's what I'm going with there. But I'm saying is she put it on the Crazy Horse, which the Crazy Horse was a Excelsior class. Was that because she, makes me think that even though it was an Excelsior class, maybe she had a certain trust for the captain of the ship that she didn't have with anyone else.
Yeah, it was just her preference. She could have chosen any ship to have it. She just either knew the captain and crew, or that's the ship she served on, or it doesn't really matter the reason.
No, but
Because Enterprise is the flagship of the fleet. It's just the standard bearer of Starfleet. When she put her flag on the Crazy Horse, that is basically just logistical, saying the command structure is flowing through the Crazy Horse.
No. Actually, it wouldn't be the logistical. This is where the strategic part comes in. That's that next level. That's that senior top level. But yeah, I mean, she put it on the Crazy Horse. like I said, it was an Excelsior class ship. Personally, it's my favorite class of starship. So I wonder, did she maybe have a good rapport with that captain? Trusted him to be or her, we don't know, uh, to be the flag bearer of her admiralship. Because
Or it
she
could
did
just be
not
that,
trust.
or it could just be
no,
that she was actually the captain of that ship. You can have an admiral as a captain of a ship.
An admiral can take command of a ship but still have the title of admiral.
Yeah, but as Star
Richie-
Trek has made clear that anyone who's in the captain's seat of a starship is called the captain.
Yes, that is the title. It is also skipper.
So you could
yes,
have
that is the
you
naval
could have
tradition.
Admiral Nechayev, captain of the Crazy Horse.
Just because you're in the command chair does not mean people call you captain. Nobody called Ensign Kim Captain Kim when he was sat in the captain's chair of Voyager.
Yes, but we're talking about when
It's
specifically they're in
who's
command.
ever in overall command of the ship, not who's covering the shift.
If Mike, he's right. Richie Poole, yes, Commodore Decker was the captain of the ship. Yes, he was. That was I think, only one of the few times we ever saw a flag officer that would be a commodore or later admirals and above, or the admiral ships, actually being on a starship commanding it. I think that was the only time we ever saw that for a flag officer. If anybody else remembers another episode, please let me know.
Well, in the
Hey,
Titan novels, I know most people don't care about the novelizations or anything like that, but Riker is made admiral, but he's still basically in charge of the Titan. So there is that.
Yeah, Darian is right. That was the admiral he took over. Does anybody remember what ship the admiral was on at Wolf 359?
I believe it was the Excalibur, at least according to some apocrypha. The Excalibur was also the only one that survived.
What class was the Excalibur?
Ambassador.
Okay, it was an ambassador class. Okay.
Because if you read this is apocrypha, so Star Trek New Frontier novels, the Excalibur was an ambassador that class that fought that Wolf 359 was the only ship to survive, and it was recommissioned and put under the captaincy of Mackenzie Calhoun. So
now I do remember reading somewhere, and I don't remember if it was Memory Alpha or Memory Beta, but I do remember they're saying there were 39 ships that went there, and 38 were destroyed. Only one survived. And that makes sense when you see. I'm saying I remember that. So maybe they decided to say that the Excalibur, in the beta canon, was the one.
Well, according to Memory Alpha, it was the Endeavor that was the sole survivor of Wolf 359. And I just typed it into Google, and I thought it was really funny. I typed in what ship survived, and the first result that was auto-filled in was Pearl Harbor. The next result was Wolf 359.
So what was the Endeavor?
I don't know. I'm going to look. I went to Google, but it's waiting for everything to load, or Memory Alpha.
I understand that.
Care about advertisements. I really got to get an ad blocker back on this computer.
Yeah, I keep meaning to do that too to mine, but I'm fucking lazy.
All right, we'll just do it this way.
Richie, yeah, Admiral never really suited Kirk. just never was his thing. In fact, I think he absolutely, I mean, if you look at the first 2 movies, I think he absolutely hated being an admiral.
All right, according to Nebula, according to Memory Alpha, the Endeavor was a Nebula class, and
okay.
Admiral Hansen's ship, however, was an unknown Galaxy class.
Oh, okay. He was on a Galaxy ship. Okay, well, I can see why somebody might have made the mistake of Ambassador class. I mean, they're very. I mean, I have both of the Enterprises C and D, and I can see how that could be easily misrepresented. They're not that. If it's a close glance, they're not. They're not going to be that far apart.
Well, as I said, I guess the books don't agree with Wolf 359, but again, books aren't necessarily canon, so.
Sorry, I need to mute. I got to make some coffee. My coffee pot is loud.
Yeah, I haven't made coffee yet this morning. I got to go do
more
this.
coffee.
Oh yeah, I love this picture.
That's,
it pisses off people nowadays.
Oh, that is a concept from. Wasn't that one of the early concepts of the Enterprise on TOS?
Yeah, Star Trek Phase 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Phase 2
okay,
from the
Phase
70s,
2. Yeah,
before
okay,
the
Phase
motion
2.
picture was made.
See if I can, there we go. And yeah, it was apparently one of the models they used at Wolf 359 in one of the background shots. So apparently you could, I guess you could argue that it's possible that a Discovery similar ship was present at Wolf 359.
Well, I actually, when I was going through Eagle Moss and looking up the stuff I wanted to get, they had a lot of Excalibur variants, and it turns out many of those Excalibur variants that were never used, or concept arts, were actually used as models in Wolf 359.
You mean Nebula variants?
No, I mean Excelsior variants.
Oh, yeah, they had those too.
Yeah.
But there was at least like 4 Nebula variants as well. Ones with different, instead of a AWAC sensor thing, they had extra nacelles. And there's 2 of those that were in the Wolf 359 wreckage, and another prototype of the Nebula as well. They had a longer aft area.
Oh, was that the Phoenix? No. Never mind.
No, the Phoenix is the one that was actually shown on screen as O'Brien's old ship.
Thank you.
Or no,
yes.
old captain ship.
Yeah, that's why I said forget that. That was a Nebula class. That's why I said forget it. Never mind. I remembered. Just took me a blip.
Ollie, did Rimmer mess with your programming? You're quiet.
I know I'm quiet. I like quiet.
I thought Rimmer was messing with your programming. I'm like, why is Holly not talking?
What did I say on Facebook a minute ago before I got on here? Somebody was talking about Janeway, and I said, the problem was, and I put no fault on Kate Magoo. She was second choice. She was brought in the last minute, and I feel the writers and the directors did not know what kind of captain they wanted to make until very late in the show. And even then, they bungled it at times.
They didn't know what they wanted for any of the characters.
Yeah, I was going to say
Pretty
that goes
much
for
at
all the
any
characters.
point. It's just, we need you to be this
Goes
for
for
this.
Neelix.
You're going to be that.
Doctor.
Yeah, I think
7.
that Voyager was kind of rushed because the UPN wanted a flagship show, and Star Trek was one of the only properties they owned, so they had to rush something out.
Well, wasn't UPN the one who did the?
They were at the time. They were
Hercules,
BET basic
Xena.
channels. and they needed
wasn't
to get
they
away
the
from
ones
that
who
because
did-
they were failing.
Well, what weren't they the ones who did the Hercules and the Xenas and the another?
No, those were syndicated.
Yeah,
Those were
those
syndicated.
all went direct to syndication in the
Yeah,
United States.
previously every Star
those
Trek
weren't on. Okay, I
every
got my
Star
channel.
Trek show was also a syndication show that was sold to individual stations, not necessarily to networks, except for Voyager.
gotcha,
It was the
cool.
first one.
All right, gotcha, cool.
Yeah.
No, the original series was actually on NBC.
Yes, but it was created.
How
They
did
made it in mind for syndication. But yes, you are
Well-
technically correct. But it was made by Desilu for NBC.
Hey, I have
Yes.
a question, and some of you probably are very more knowledgeable in this than I. How did the whole? It was NBC. How the whole Paramount and that whole debacle that's still going on, to where it showed up on UPN? Why was
The
Why
NBC
was-
Viacom split, you mean?
Yeah,
Or is it
UPN is a
Paramount?
subsidiary.
Well, why were say Voyager and Enterprise aired on UPN? Because here's the thing, almost
Well, it was the
every place I
Paramount
lived-
Network.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
What happened?
Almost every
what happened-
network I ever lived in did not have that station.
Yeah. What happened basically was due to certain antitrust and anti-monopoly rules, Paramount or Viacom was forced to sell off some of their assets in between their television and movie divisions. So the movies became Paramount. The TV became, I think, what was left of NBC. So what happened because of that split? Star Trek got divided into two as well, between the shows and the movies. Each entity was separate and actually couldn't include everything in both until the merger between Viacom happened back, like 2 years ago?
LDG, we can hear your game.
Yeah, thank you.
For like 25 years, Star Trek was separated into movies and TV. But that's why it was on NBC's or Paramount, is because Paramount owned that channel.
All right, thanks. Yeah, I had never researched.
Paramount still owns Star Trek.
What?
Well, sorry, Paramount still has the rights to Star Trek.
Well,
Yeah,
Viacom
but they don't have
everything.
the Paramount Network.
Well, I've got something interesting I want to think about. You have Mattel putting out OG retro Masters of the Universe toys, and they're putting out Masters of the Universe toys for what was it called? Revelations or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, anyway.
Mattel owns the copyright for the toys, but not for TV and movies. That belongs to, I think, Universal.
Yeah, toys is Hasbro
Yeah,
Mattel.
but here's the thing. I've been to Walmart. I've been to the mall. I've been to my retro toy store. Do you know what I find in all of them?
Toys?
Retro OG style looking He-Man figures. You know what I don't see? Any of this new Masters of the Universe stuff. Not a damn thing. Nobody is
Because they're not selling.
MB, that a lot of my stores for my day job, which are all Walmarts, they had them and they sold out real fast.
I'm
not kidding. Within 36 hours, I'd say they were sold out at every single store.
Yeah. They had the
That's where New Hot Wheels
up
come
here.
in.
They restocked right after that Revelations premiered, and now they're clearing out all that stock. They can't move it for shit.
I think what happened was, what a lot of it was probably people buying stuff that they thought would be fun for their grandkids and didn't know a damn thing about He-Man. Because anybody who knew fucking shit about He-Man and the
I would
Master
say it was more of people buying stuff for the collector's market, making the gamble that it was going to be worth money.
Oh,
Yeah, now the Revelations branded ones are worth like a third of what their sale price was.
Yeah, like Beanie Babies. They're worth $2-3 each. They used to be worth $50 to $70,
it
but
was, okay, so it was like the people who went for the PS5 shit.
yeah, they want it for the value, the marketing value, not for the actual product.
Sheesh.
Well, let me check something real quick. You said He-Man.
The Revolution branded stuff, or Revelations branded
It's called
stuff.
Masters of the Universe Revolutions.
The guy I know that works at the Walmart who stocked that stuff, they let it sit for maybe a week and they cleared it all out because they didn't sell a single damn thing. They put the retro ones out there, which are still selling, but not as much as when they were hyping the show.
Do they have them on end cap? Because those sell faster. Basically, it's points purchase.
All right, so checking eBay right now. Looks like all these Revelation figures are selling for more than they were originally selling for. At least people are asking for it.
Okay,
What people are asking for doesn't mean shit. They ain't gonna get it.
How many people have bought them? That's the thing.
Hold on. Let's see. Let's do. There are.
Yeah, not how many selling. Who's actually bought? How many people bought the stuff?
Let's check.
If somebody's selling demand, yeah, then it's worth the money. But if people are not buying it, lower your prices.
It's going to sell.
There we go.
It's going to sell to who, LDG?
All right. A loose figure sold
You
for
underestimate
$30.
diversity.
Skeletor for almost 30. Skeletor and He-Man for almost.
LDG, I think you mistake diversity with stupidity.
No, stupidity is part of diversity.
I'm telling you right now, it looks like they're selling for approximately the same price or about 30% higher than their in-store prices.
Okay, so people are getting them for
People are
pricing.
still making money off of these. So even if you guys say
So people are retarded. I know retailers though that they can't move it to save their lives.
Well, I'm telling you right now,
Hey,
obviously,
look at it this way.
Selling, and people are making money off of it. So,
all right, we got to look at it a little bit this way.
Thanks, Richie.
What we're looking at is, okay, this is an impulse buy. Would this be?
Well, we don't know.
Somebody
That's the problem. We don't have any surveys that confirm that information.
Dude, you're talking about
for all we know. For all we know, there are actually millions of people who like this, even though you don't, and they're still buying it.
Resolute, you said people at merchandise stores cannot push the sell it, but private individuals are. Why don't they just make money saying, "Hey, pay me some money, and I'll tell you where to buy it"?
That's not true. Granted, that's one area of the country.
I'm just giving you what people are telling me who actually work at places like Walmart and Target. And they're pulling it off the shelves because it's just sitting there and they're not selling
any of it. I'm telling you it's the opposite.
Maybe it's location.
Maybe down in California, that's how it's going. Up here, they can't move it for anything. And they're having a problem getting rid of it.
If people in Chicago don't want it, San Diego wants it. New Orleans doesn't want it. But
diversity, man. Just because one state can't sell it, there's a million different reasons why it's not selling. And it could just be the fact that you live in a state that's boring and slow.
Which is why I went to eBay, because if eBay is selling them for higher than they are selling in the stores, that tells you that there are people all across the country that are at least willing to pay slightly higher than store value for those products.
Yep.
I don't necessarily trust the prices on eBay because the DVDs I try to buy on there are always marked up to the point where they're idiots.
I specifically showed you guys sold listings. So these are not what people are asking for. This is what people are paying for. And it looks like they're paying at least 30% higher than the stores are asking for.
That has to be one horrible investment they're making. I guarantee these people aren't buying it for their collections.
Or they, how do you know?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of speculation, guys. Come on.
Aren't buying it.
Just because it is popular to talk shit about He-Man doesn't mean that it's not doing well. You got to remember, all these freaking opinions you guys have are not worldwide.
Yeah.
Okay? Just because you hate it doesn't mean it's hated worldwide.
Watch any of the new He-Man.
No, it just means we're right.
No.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. No. He's right. He's right. Just leave it there. He's right.
You're damn right.
You can't be right on
whatever you hear on the internet, that's just gotta be what it is everywhere. Absolutely correct.
LDG, the internet is for porn.
Only if I say it, it is right.
Yep.
Not on my channel. But I will be
Darren,
Vile Mike, you get veto rights. How's that?
Darren, Rotten Tomatoes was hacked. I looked the other day because, look, for instance, Cat. It has more than 2% audience approval rating. Rotten Tomatoes was hacked. It has 21%. It shouldn't be above 2. Rotten Tomatoes is wrong.
What are you talking
about? Well, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't actually calculate the fan vote. They calculate their membership vote.
Rotten Tomato also allows for people to vote more than once.
Guys, hold on a second. I'm sorry. Eli Hoo. What were you just talking about?
Oh, Darren said he got to Rotten Tomatoes, and I don't see legions of fans for Master Universe or Revelations.
Yeah,
Rotten Tomatoes is not a valid source. The only source it's valid for are the votes they don't allow to be multiple times, and I believe that the only thing that is the critic score.
Yeah, as far as the audience score, they invalidate votes left and right.
They do not validate votes at all.
That's why
I mean they cut votes out. They have cut on some of the stuff 100,000 votes off of stuff just to raise up the percentage.
And they do a hard filter? Really? Wow.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes is not a legit rating site. You don't actually get everybody's opinion.
Wonder if there was a program. Is there a website that does better than Rotten Tomatoes?
Yes, Reddit.
No.
Reddit.
Reddit, you can only find 2 things that anyone can make sense of. You only use Reddit for creating memes that idiots in the media think is actually real, and then they have a real bad child porn problem. That's all Reddit is at this point.
I don't use Reddit. I just know.
I don't know if you guys will
compare the ratings and shit.
This one, but at least according to IMDb, it has a 50% record. I mean, it's got 5 out of 10 stars.
You know,
now,
actually,
5 out of 10 is bad, but there are plenty of great films that you would agree that are great that are less than 5.5 stars or less than 5 stars.
I don't take IMDb's rating system seriously either.
Why?
There's no honest rating system that actually has audience opinions. Actually, 100%. It's only partial audience opinions. This is the majority of their ratings. So we're going to calculate this to be 70% when it's not actually 43%. Because the majority of these people say yes, but the small percentage is not going to even count.
Okay, well, here's the thing. What ratings area? Metacritic, take your pick. Which one do you guys think is the most valid source? Because all I ever hear is everybody
can't take just one.
No, you can't.
You have to
take one opinion and one value.
You have to average it out between all of them and get something close to the truth. It's sort of like political polling. You can't just look at one and say, that's it. You have to average them all out.
Yeah, you don't want to put on some horse blinders, man. You want to, if you want to actually see a movie, watch the trailer yourself. Look at several site reviewers.
Hold on. I think LDG's had too much coffee.
Why?
Quite possibly.
Are you the gatekeeper?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to remove you.
Well, see now if the am I back?
Yes.
I'm back. Okay. Well, yeah. See, I would like to see a website that actually does something. Oh, I don't know, a little bit more hands-on. How about a rating site that actually goes to theaters and it asks people as they're coming out of it and creates a list that way?
Well, the
So basic exit polling.
A lot of people. Well, I'll tell you this, LDG. Other than going to like one of those premieres where they know they're going to get asked questions, most people when they leave a theater, they don't want someone coming up to them asking them about the movie. They're going to be like,
that's so 1980s. That is not correct in today's world.
If someone comes up to me outside of a theater and starts asking questions, I'm either going to ignore them or punch them.
If a random person does that, that's fine. But if a creditable source that you want to, so you're telling me right now, are you a fan of? Let's see here. Okay, let's build. Let's
if
build
they have a clipboard. I'm going to skip the ignoring part and just punch them in the face, regardless of what the clipboard's for.
Let's put the situation a little bit more. Besides the fact that you just want to say that. What's one? No. I'm not done yet, and you can talk after. What is your favorite YouTube reviewer? Resolute Germ. Give me somebody you add. Is there a channel you actually? Is there a channel you actually like respect?
I average out the reviews. If there's
is there a channel? Is there a personality that you respect? That's not my question. I'm asking you. Please take a moment to realize
not
it's
above
a different
the rest.
question. You don't have a favorite one, like
No,
Nerdrotic or anybody like that.
Eric Voss.
Drunken, whatever his name is.
Drunk 3PO.
No, not Drunk 3PO, but yeah, him too. But Drunken Reviewer. I can't think of the guy's name right now. Because if it's a respectable source, you damn well better believe that people are going to want to give their input at the end of a movie theater. If it's just some random Joe Schmo, then yeah, you're not going to care about it. But if some big popular YouTube channel that millions of people watch do it, you damn well better believe they're going to freaking want to give their input about a movie.
Well, that's what their
the
chat
only
section
I
is.
said was, and I said it, and you actually, LDG, made my point there. Yes, if you go to a red carpet event or you go to one of those premiere events that you know they're going to be out there, that's one thing because they want to get your reaction. That's in those big major areas. That's not at the regular place where you go, you have a date, you watch the movie, you come out and they go, oh, what did you think of the movie and stuff? It's like, go fucking watch it yourself. Nobody.
Yeah, but that's you though. That's I would have.
Joe Schmo.
I'm a regular Joe Schmo.
Out of a theater.
Hold on.
I do.
With someone asking them about the fucking movie they just came out of.
I do. I absolutely do.
Hold on.
Mike wants to say something.
LDG, I want to know about the logistics of what you're actually proposing here. Are you suggesting?
You get the.
Hold on. You said you wanted.
No, go.
Shut up. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You said you wanted an interviewer to interview people after they get out of a movie theater. So, are you suggesting that we have how many people employed at every movie theater across the world?
Exactly.
Scores.
Exactly. So it's not a small task.
Yeah, your proposal is to somehow hire millions of people to do a job that they're probably going to be told, at least according to NB, and I agree, shut up, leave me alone, I just got out of a movie. No, that's not what I'm proposing. You're taking... No, of course not. Do I really think that could be... Anybody could put together a sizable... while you go live, being able to get everybody's vote across the entire world? No, only a moron would try to do something like that. I'm talking about individual cities, individual states, because the website, any website that breaks down people's voice should be broken down by city, by area. So you start small and you work your way out. Maybe you start with a couple cities,
and you do a bunch of movie theaters, right? Because it's not that hard to cover, a handful of movie theaters in one particular city. And once you get started, you branch out from there.
Okay.
And eventually you get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger with the hopes that you go viral and can cover, I don't know, say an entire country.
I think that your idea is completely unreasonable and unfathomable to actually implement on a large scale.
You underestimate.
No.
No.
Yes, you don't actually have to have people, you know.
Okay, how? Okay.
There's other ways of doing it. The theaters could do it.
People to work. How much are you going to pay people to work? How many hours are they going to work?
Again, you're asking for the house. You're asking for the house. You live in a universe where we're finding. Yeah, you're asking for a house in which you already have solutions being done. What do you think the people who invented Uber was said when the guy first said, let's create Uber? The same bullshit you're spitting at me right now. And look at that. And look at Uber. Uber is successful.
Uber was created.
So you don't have a house.
On transportation.
I'm not the one doing it. I don't need the how. You got to have somebody who connects the dots, who's good at this stuff.
Have you never done a sales pitch before?
You got to have the how.
I know how to do a spell. I'm not the one sales pitching it. This is brainstorm. I appreciate that you guys think I'm actually God, but these eyes are just effects. Okay, I am not actually. I am not presenting an actual plan. So stop making it sound like I am. Okay, this is up to somebody else to come up with a solution for this. I was just throwing a brainstorming idea out there, and you guys are hanging my balls to dry. Now, as much as I like my balls to have some attention, can you guys just go to another? I just made a comment that would be a cool idea if someone figured out how to do something, and you all just fucking counterjacked me.
Logistics are impractical.
Jeez Louise.
It was a bad idea.
God.
And we just want you to admit it.
But it's possible to do. It's possible.
Are improbable.
No, everything is improbable. That's not in existence already.
LDG, it's called you're full of shit. And
you know what?
The fuck
I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling like I'm Christopher Columbus saying the Earth is round, and you all think the Earth is flat, telling me that I am preposterous and all this crap. You damn well know that it is possible.
Believe that apocrypha bullshit.
Okay.
Darren, that's exactly what he's reminding me of.
Believed the world was round before Christopher Columbus sailed. You dumb shit. That wasn't something he did. The whole point was to go around and get to India. What they didn't know was there was 2 other fucking continents in front of them.
Hey, Vile. Vile, don't you love it when I'm on your show? Do I add spice to your show?
Always.
Also, Columbus never set foot on the continental United States. He was in the Caribbean.
Well,
it's all the Caribbean is still America. Everything west of on the west side it's all Americas. It's all Americas. No matter where you sit on, it's America.
The Americas map. Okay, he knew the islands were there.
Well,
but he didn't know it was gonna. He didn't lead past the island.
You got South America, Central America, North America. It's all America.
No. LDG, you're technically wrong, and I'll tell you why. Because
really? This should be good.
North America is predominantly on the North American plate, correct?
Well, it's above Central America, which is
no. The tectonic plate is the North American plate. South America is on the South American tectonic plate.
No, because the Americas were not.
There's a few more
Mike, if I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, the Americas, they didn't have tectonic plates back then. They didn't even know what the fuck they were. They made the Americas based on a map.
Back then. LDG, listen to this. Have you ever heard the term Eurasia? Eurasia. Have you ever heard that term before?
Eurasia sounds familiar.
The continent of Europe and Asia is separated by a fucking mountain. The continent of North America and South America is separated by a fucking little small dick.
You guys realize that plate tectonics was not introduced into public education in America until the mid '80s.
Thank you.
We're now
Thank
referring
you.
to current.
And a mountain is not a tectonic plate.
We're talking about current continental definitions, correct?
Not necessarily, but if you want to go ahead and switch to that,
Well,
sure.
there's
why
a
not?
tectonic definition and then there's a geographic definition.
Exactly.
Well, the geographic definition is based now on the tectonic plate theory. So, the North American plate is where the North American continent is. The South American
Okay,
plate...
so anything there is North America.
The Caribbean plate is separate from those two. Therefore, he did not land in any part of the Americas.
That's Middle America. That's Central America right there.
No,
But it's a tectonic definition. There's an entirely different geographic definition. And the tectonic plate is not what to use to base the geographic definition off of.
Okay, so there is a Central America then. Because I'm not stupid in remembering that I was taught about Central America.
Central America is made up of countries in North America.
No.
Yes.
It's South Mexico. It's closer to South America than it is Florida.
What?
It literally connects.
Go to college,
Central America starts with South America. It stops.
Okay.
It's in between the two.
For the love of God. Okay,
All right.
please, LDG, for the love of God, I'm begging you, stop talking like you know
Stop.
a goddamn thing about
What?
history. Because you
Then prove me wrong. Put it on the screen.
I want to rip you apart right now.
Then
for
put it
how
on the
ignorant
screen,
you
NB.
are of history.
The second you show me something that I can be okay with, I'll shut up and say you're right. I'm going off what I've been taught before in my memories. I'm not going off of, I dare name it Central America.
Okay. I'll tell you this. Google what island Columbus hit. What island did he hit? Where'd he hit?
If it actually shows up, I'm going to try to show you. This is the North American wall map geopolitical edition. So it's showing you all the countries that are in North America. North America starts at Panama. Panama, there we go. Oh, there we go. Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, all of those are Central America.
Yeah, Belize to Costa Rica is Central America.
And it's the southernmost area of North America.
But they're also part of North America.
They are.
Okay, so they're part of an America then.
Yes, but the Caribbean is not. It is part of the Caribbean plate.
I'm not talking about plates.
That's what I'm talking about, though.
Caribbeans is in
Mike,
America.
can you share my screen? I'm going to show you the map that Columbus actually used on his voyage.
All right, go
the
ahead.
The Caribbean is a region within the continent of North America. So in America. I didn't actually say it was South, whatever. It's in America. For countries that divide the Americas into two continents or within the continent of America. 4 countries considered all of the Americas as one continent. The same as the region of Central America. The Caribbean is a region of the Americas that comprise the Caribbean Sea. So there you go, buddy. Straight from Google. Caribbeans are part of America.
Oh, fuck me. You picked Google? Oh,
no, this is not Google. I'm sorry. Did I say Google? I'm not. This is not Google. This is not Google. I don't use Google anymore.
LDG, look at the screen.
If you say Wikipedia, I'm gonna go stab your ass.
No, it's DuckDuckGo.
Look at the screen, LDG. This is the map that Columbus used when he was going to find a Western Passage. He knew there was islands here. He knew there was something here. He only went this far. This is Vespucio de Amerigo's map.
Yes, America's map. Okay, so there you go. There's land to the west.
Americos is the reason why it's called America, because it was the guy who made the fucking map.
Yeah, Amerigo Vespucci.
Yeah.
Thank
And you got Mr. Magellan and Saint of Gibraltar and all those other guys. Yeah, I know.
No, what the hell are you talking about? What are you?
Magellan's late 1500s, dude. Come on.
You're talking about
Yeah, you're talking about a century later.
What the fuck are we even talking about? How did we go from? How are we talking about? Who cares? Who gives a shit? You're going on. Stop. You're going on a conversation about America, and just because I made a comment of how you treat me when I say something, I don't give a shit about any of this. Who cares?
Then shut the fuck up and let the rest of us talk.
I let you talk. This was during my turn of talking.
No, I just want LDG to admit that his idea behind the original going to theaters and interviewing people was
theaters. Yes. Idea. No. It could be something. Listen, guys, you heard the American Dream, right? All right, I'm gonna be serious for a dead set. Okay, no more joking. No more joking. Let me say something dead serious.
Why don't you ask the chat? One for sure.
Okay, you can ask the chat all day long. That's fine. I'm just going to leave it at this.
Yeah.
There have
one,
people
if LDG
who have done
crazy. Two, if you're not been paying attention.
Why ask them a question you already know what the answer is going to be? There have people in America who have done.
This will be a
crazy
proof of concept
things
of your idea. We are going to poll the people in the chat who actually have listened to your argument and ask them if they think it's a good idea. Now, if they say it's not a good idea, will you accept that?
It's not up to me to accept. It's an idea. I'm not pushing it. It was a random thought that somebody can take and prove all of you people wrong. Yeah, I said you people. Okay? Can prove all of you people wrong and actually make it work, because I've seen people take an idea that I thought was absolutely fucking ridiculous and impossible to happen, and they made it happen. It is possible. I don't give a shit how improbable it is. If it goes off and becomes viral, it can be an awesome thing. Okay? That's it. It's an idea. Leave it at that. Don't ask me how. It was just a side comment. Now, me, I would have Prometheus, where nobody gets a double vote, and you'd be an analytic background on what you think a movie is. Done. There. Don't have to pay for people. Don't have to pay for nothing. It's online, and it's trusted numbers. Okay? Where nobody can double vote.
How do you stop?
That would be my solution. It's online, and it's trusted. How do you stop people from double voting? It's very simple. The platform knows. The platform knows if you're the same person. Damn, it's not that hard to set up rules and analytics. The YouTube knows your accounts. If you have 5 YouTube accounts, trust me, you're not fooling YouTube with 5 different accounts. It knows it's you.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely 100% sure.
Because I have 2 YouTube channels that are entirely separate. Go to different emails, have different names, have different addresses, different phone numbers, different social security numbers attached to those emails. So how would they know that it's both me?
If you have different social security numbers added to it.
Yes, I have.
I wouldn't necessarily actually say that out loud online as a fact.
It doesn't matter if it's a fake social.
It does. You're not supposed to have anybody else's social security number unless you're speaking for your children.
LDG. I literally made up.
You just can't use somebody else's social security number. Last time I checked, that is fraud.
Hold on.
No, it's not fraud because I know my wife's and several of my children.
Minus your family. Did you not hear when I said minus your family?
LDG. I have a fake social security number because I've looked up which social security numbers will never be issued because of certain things that they have in them. Like
okay, so you fooled the platform then. You fooled the platform.
Yes, because they at the time they
you wouldn't fool mine
for those things. To this day,
you wouldn't fool mine because
hold on, LDG. To this day, my fake persona online gets credit card offers and has been courted by both the GOP and the Democrats. This is a person who does not exist, has a fake address, fake phone number, fake social security number, and still gets courted by those things.
No, But you do know all you're doing is triggering.
For those credit cards you're getting.
Anybody can do that. You're just triggering an automatic email that anybody can do. That doesn't mean you actually succeeded in anything. Do you use the same device? Do you have the same email address?
No.
Do you type the same way? Do you have links to any kind of cache? There are a million things to do. Now, every platform, when you register as a user, should put you in a category. The more forms of validation that you give puts you higher up the rank, up into leading to the ultimate one-for-one verification. Okay? Now, you can vote all day long on an alias, but if you create an alias, there's two different ways of creating an alias. Either you create an alias off the account that you've already validated yourself on, which the platform automatically knows it's an alias leading to you, so you can't double vote, or you try to cheat the system by going as pretending you're a separate person. In that case, there are checks and balances that you can do to mark that user as not validated. Why? Because you can only validate with that same information one time. You can't do it twice.
How is your programming going to stop me from having both of my accounts?
There's levels of validation. The more you validate yourself, like for instance, you give your name or your address or your fingerprint or your whatever it happens to be,
Okay, so
your activities,
so
right?
far that would work would be fingerprints. So you're saying that for your program to work, every person would have to submit their fingerprints. What kind of authoritarian programming thing?
No, my program is user based. You don't submit anything to anyone.
That fingerprint scan has been hacked. They don't work.
You're not listening. I was giving you an example to every other website out there. Prometheus is user based. You don't give any information to anyone. But Prometheus knows other people's Prometheus. The program is user-based. That means your program talks, another program talks, another program. It knows how to validate within itself without you giving out any information to a higher up, a server, an organization, or whatnot. It's how the program works. Now, I can't sit here and go into super details about it, but if there's a difference between validating yourself on a server and having the program be your end, validating itself. Two different stories.
I seriously have no idea how you think you're actually going to accomplish this.
Because you'd have to get into computers and understand handshakes and all that stuff for you to understand. That's why. A program knows how to validate itself with a very unique signature to any other copy of that program. You link one user to one program and one user only, then you get a form of validation that you can't cheat. Huh?
I understand how a program can do that because a program will have this individual number attached to it anytime a copy is made, or at least it can.
Well, human beings it's not a number, though. It's not a number you can hack. It's just not. It's not a serial number. It doesn't work like, if I steal this person's serial number, it doesn't work like that. Talking about a signature, something that can't be duplicated.
Human beings aren't static.
You're not being treated like a human being. It's the program that's going to do all the work. You can't fool the program.
You're trying to attach a reference number to every single human being based on arbitrary opinions that they may have at any given time to identify themselves. Problem is, things change.
Okay, that just no shit changes. That's why the program has to be dynamic.
Then
you make the program dynamic to handle all those changes. Huh?
How is a program going to be able to tell the difference? Say I create one account when I'm 5 years old and another account when I'm 25 years old. How is the computer going to know that the two are different? If
you are the program, how do you create a new program? You make it sound like it's just you click new user. You won't be able to do that.
We are not programs.
You'd be surprised how close you are.
I'm sorry, I don't actually believe in the whole hard determinism.
You don't have to believe it.
We are not in the
your belief doesn't make it so. I'm sorry, as whatever that sounds, you got to understand that right now you are nothing but a number to the internet.
Nope.
Okay, you are being used in so many ways you don't even know. So right now, you are in the matrix right now.
Nope.
Yes. Everything you do online, everything you do on your devices, you are in the matrix right now. You are being treated like a fucking program right now. Yeah, you can say no all you want, but it's a fact.
It's not a fact. It's a theory.
Yeah,
it's not a theory, dude. There's proof of this happening all day long. If you talk in front of Alexa and you say the word bicycle and you wonder why you see bicycles across the board for the next week, why do you think that happens?
That is different from having
it's
a computer being able to tell the difference between two individuals or a single individual pretending to be two.
No, it isn't.
I'm sorry.
I understand you wish that's. I understand you wish that's the way it works.
Test.
I really do appreciate your opinion on that. I know you want that's the way it works, but that's not the way it works. You are dreadfully ignorant if you think that's what's happening.
Which part of the internet has passed the Turing test? Please explain to me that.
What part of the internet has passed the Turing test?
Yes.
LDG.
Explain.
LDG, I want you to hear something, okay? I want you to hear this. Listen.
What is it called when you see something and then see it everywhere? This is what you call the Laeger-Meinhof phenomenon.
That's I was trying to find the exact term what you asked.
Phenomena. What was it?
It's pronounced Bader-Meinhof. Here, I'll put in a public chat for you.
Now, I know what LDG was referring to, and it is true that, yes, if you use Alexa and you say something, it'll tend to show you ads for that type of thing because that's part of an algorithm. That is a specific thing. Now, what we were talking about, though, on the other hand, was opinion. And opinions can change. And if you have a large enough amount of opinions that have changed over the course of several years, a computer would not be able to tell you as being the same person without other identifying characteristics, which you have not said anything about as your way of determining that through your little project Prometheus.
Well, that's because, yes, and I get what you're saying now. You're talking about when your dynamic change of opinion through time or whatever. I can have a different opinion tomorrow than I can have today. How does the computer pick up on that? Very simple. They do more than just your current opinion. Just because you change your opinion, the computer doesn't base you. I know, I'm getting there.
Project Prometheus will know who you are.
Well, a whole hour and 7 minutes, and LDG didn't even say the P word. Somebody else did.
No, he did say it.
No, I've said it. I said it multiple times. Yes, and again, that's because I can't sit here and go through every single how. Okay? A computer program literally gets to know you by all your... Because I've been working on this for 20 years, my friend. A computer algorithm, an AI can...
How is really important. And that's what you gloss over.
You don't ask for any of the hows when it comes to Google. You don't ask for any of the hows when it comes to YouTube. Or at least you ask, but you don't get it. Okay? We don't get the hows. Okay? All you have to do is wait for the program to come out and give it a try. I'm not going to sit here and break down line for line code to you. And as much as I would love to, okay, I can't. And you know why I can't. I got to be careful what I say about this program.
Oh, okay. Well,
I can only be I got to break it down to layman's terms and make it sound too good to be true. Because if I go into super details, I might as well cut my own throat. But it is possible. An AI does know how to take your what do you call it? Your behaviors, and will most likely be able to come up with a 99% match, even if you change your opinions, if you are you, because you give out way too much more information than your opinions.
I want to
done. Go ahead.
I'll like something, and you don't take a goddamn breath. So,
in all fairness, NB, sometimes you do the same thing.
But I'll shut up when I'm told.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, what time are you doing your Doctor Who thing? Shut up when I'm told.
All right, hold on. Sorry, I was checking something on my phone and the stream popped up. It'll probably be next week now because since Yvette and DJ couldn't play and they were the ones promoting it the most, we're gonna wait till they can come back.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo!
And I don't take a breath because I am Prometheus. That's right. I don't need to breathe.
No,
I've got the strangest feeling someone's gonna kick his ass.
Hey, Mike, it's too bad you weren't able to have them on. I know they're both big Whovians. See, my thing with
they both had.
We'll get them next week
for various reasons, and it's not their fault. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've watched Doctor Who. I started watching Doctor Who about 7 years ago. I started with I got introduced, and then I'm always a originalist, so I started with William Hartnell and worked my way through everything. I had someone who could get me all the copies of why do I always have a hard time remembering the second Doctor's name? Anyway,
Patrick Troughton.
Thank you.
Patrick Troughton. Thank you.
Ollie, come back. Where'd you go?
Hey, your video went out, by the way, Ollie.
Yeah, Jeff, I knew you would.
I'll be right back.
I know it. I know it did.
Yeah, I knew you would. I knew you would know that one. So yeah, I saw Patrick Troughton, Pertwee, Baker, and all of them up until. By the time I finally finished everything after binge watching, because I was really enthralled with learning the lore, I got to it right around the time Peter Capaldi became the Doctor. That was around the time I caught up to it. And
2014.
I was binging for about a year and a half. I don't know when. All I know is I got through all the binging during Matt Smith's era. So I don't know exactly when in Matt Smith's era I got caught up.
Oh, the Inflatable Waving 2 man. The Inflatable Waving 2 guy.
Well, his last episode was December 25th of 2013.
Well, I don't, like I said, I don't know. It was actually Matt Smith was the first Doctor I ever saw on TV. At my work, they had the BBC pulled up on the cable channel, and I saw this sci-fi show, and I was okay, hold on a second. I'm going to rephrase that. I thought this was my first time seeing Doctor Who. I'll explain why it was actually my second time.
I think I know what you saw before.
Some 1999 movie.
Yeah, 96. 96,
sorry.
Well, thanks for spoiling it for me, boys.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's not real Doctor Who. Come on.
It's
Doctor Who-ish.
Hey, Eli who?
It's Doctor Who-ish.
And kicked it out of the park in Big Finish Productions.
Yeah, and technically, Elihu, that movie did save Doctor Who.
No, it's Doctor Who-ish.
No, it's not.
It is considered canon.
Yeah, except for the half-human part.
Oh, for God's sakes, the Doctor can lie. Why is it so hard for anybody to believe the Doctor can lie?
Because he tells them he only tells the truth.
Rule number 1, the Doctor lies.
Yes, River.
That is River Song, yes.
So, why is it so hard for anyone to believe he lied and even the Master fell for it? Come on.
I don't know. I'm saying he can lie.
MB Geek, have you watched Bad Trailers Doctor Who Classic episode yet? If you have not, you should watch that.
Oh, for
But like
goodness
I
sakes,
said,
there's
I went
2
through
origin
all
stories
them-
for the Daleks.
I went through all
There's
of
like
the
4
doctors.
origin stories for the Daleks.
And I watched all of them. I generally enjoyed them.
I'll put the link in
While I
for you.
was,
Hang on.
I got all the way to Matt Smith, and that's when it ended. And then it was Peter Capaldi who came on, and then I caught up right when it was that break between Smith to Capaldi, and I was kind of on a fix. I started looking at other things, other literature, and I came across Big Finish. I came across Big Finish's stuff, and I found there were these stories with Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor, and I was like, wait a minute. And I looked and found it was the actor, it was Paul McGann. I was like, I actually liked him. I'd love to see, more of what he did. And so while I was in the break between the Matt Smith era and the Capaldi era, I was going to the gym and working out, and I swear to God, I was listening to Big Finish productions, and I was listening to the Paul McGann era as the 8th Doctor, and absolutely loved it. And I'll tell you another one I loved, the War Doctor's audio dramas, because he managed to do a complete set before he passed away.
MB, I put a link in the chat for you. You should watch this trailer. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
Big Finish also saved the 6th Doctor.
I will also admit that, unfortunately, I have not listened to nearly as many of the audio dramas as probably you guys have. So I'm just going to say that I'm not a huge Doctor Who fan, but as I said, I'm a lay person when it comes to Doctor Who.
I enjoy it, but I am by no means, I don't consider myself like Jeff or Yvette. I'm not a Whovian. I don't claim to be. I've only been in this for the last 7 years. I'm a fan, but I would never you see, I'm a Trekkie. That much I know I am. But I would never claim to be a Whovian, because when I think of Whovians, I think of people like Jeff or Yvette who really know that lore. I'm just a casual fan.
Deej Odyssey.
Yeah.
He knows his Who.
Yeah,
I have a certain friend that is a huge Whovian, to the point where she actually, she's the one who showed me all the redone animated episodes that were supposedly lost.
Shut up.
Yeah, Peter. Some of the
Shada's a little different.
Well, that's
No,
it wasn't lost. It wasn't finished filming.
I don't remember
That's right, thank you.
the name of the title, but I do remember when I surfed the seas and got downloads of that stuff from a friend of mine. There was the Peter Troughton stuff. It was
Patrick.
sometimes, the still frames and the audios, but there was a few of those animated, and dude, I gotta tell you, that was some damn good animation.
It's been a mixed bag with the animations as far as the quality.
Yeah, sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's more like one of those animated comic books. You know what I mean?
Those might have came later, because the ones I saw were decently done.
The Invasion, I thought, was really well done. That was the first one they animated.
I think that's the one. I think that's the one. I think that's the one I'm thinking of.
It was a mix. When they released it, it was a mix of episodes that they still had, it was still existing, and ones that they animated that were missing. They did that with the Moon base. Animation was okay on that one.
A little sketchy.
Yeah, the 7th. I'm sorry, the 10th planet. They animated episode 4.
Well,
the regeneration episode.
Don't remember that.
According to my friend Amy, who is a huge Whovian, they animated that one, and then supposedly found German copies of the original film, so that one was restored. But that's according to
the 10th planet.
Yeah.
No, That's still officially lost. Episode 4.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, as far as I knew, the 10th planet is one that has been like the unicorn.
Wait, I thought the 10th planet was the season, the end of the first Doctor episode.
Yes.
That's what she was telling me.
Yes, it is.
That's
They do
episode
have
4.
episodes
That's like
1.
episode.
Go ahead, Mike.
You said episode 4, and I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah,
They have
because the
episode
only
1 through
last
3 in the
episode-
archives. Episode 4 is lost, and that's the important one because that's where Hartnell regenerates.
Yeah, wasn't it the whole point was the whole point of that season, that story arc was Hartnell did about almost half of it, and then in the middle he regenerates. That, I mean,
No.
talk about a shock factor.
No, he regenerated in the final episode, the final scene. Now, he was missing from like episode 3. Most of episode 3, he was not in. They just wrote it so he wasn't there. He was off camera.
Yeah, from what I was from my own research for looking at the boards, they back in the early episodes, he didn't want to be in every episode, so sometimes they would kind of write his character out and just have the companions do stuff.
I think my research has been, as best to my knowledge and what people tell me, Adventures in Time and Space is really pretty accurate on what happened towards the end for William Hartnell.
Yeah, they did streamline some things. They left out details. They kind of combined some facts together, and I mean, it wasn't entirely accurate, but you get the gist of what happened.
Yeah. So anyway,
Let's face it, Doctor Who retcons things more often than Star Trek. So,
well, actually, Jeff, I have a question. Other than William Hartnell, who were the other two who played the first Doctor?
don't answer that question because it might be a JeopNerdy question.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, never mind. I'll just Google it later.
Okay, Mr. Miles says that the 10th planet episode was partly found from what it looks like. They found clips, but not the full episode. Okay.
Well,
I may
episodes
see
1
this
through 3
reference.
are complete. Episodes 1 through 3 are complete. They do have the regeneration sequence from episode 4 because they had lent it to another BBC show, a kids show where they showed it there, and that clip survived, but the rest of episode 4 is missing. They animated.
Someone has it and they're holding it on purpose, and they have like a special screening room. That's so fucked up.
It's possible.
No, LDG is because the BBC used to reuse old magnetic tape in order to re-record new episode stuff. So not all the tape survived.
Also, wasn't it?
Well,
Jeff,
they have found a lot of the missing episodes because they had sold off the series to other countries. So there's a worldwide hunt for these tapes, and that's how they found probably about 100 episodes of Doctor Who, is because they found them in other countries. But there are still 97 missing, I think. 96, 97.
How much do you think that would be worth if somebody said, "I got it, it's right here"?
Couple million.
Couple 100 million?
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think
100 million?
Yeah,
I would not be surprised.
100 million.
Well,
That's like the story, The Web of Fear, Patrick Troughton's story, and they found all the episodes, and they made a deal. They were going to come back the next day to pick up the tapes. It was in an African country, I forget which one. And when they went back, episode 3 was missing, so they didn't get episode 3. But they did get episodes 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6.
I'll take your word for it right now. But my experts didn't help me out as much as I was hoping I was going to get help from them. Because I got two Whovian experts that helped me a little bit. One's my friend Amy, and the other one's my intern. Which, by the way, yesterday was my intern's birthday, so if everyone could say happy birthday to Quinn, I would say do so, and I can show her this part.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Quinn.
Mr. Miles.
Happy belated birthday, Quinn.
Mr. Miles, I know this for a fact. Episodes 1 through 3, they have recovered of the 10th planet. Episode 4, all they have is the regeneration scene. I've done a lot of reading on the missing episodes. There's a site that you can go to that talks about all the missing episodes. What they have, what they don't have. Now, they have the audio for every single story, the complete audio. And that's how they're doing these animations. They take the audio and pair it up with animation.
I didn't realize they had all the audio. I thought some of the audio was being redone by modern actors, but I guess I'm wrong.
No, there were a couple of people in Britain that they actually took, they made audio recording machines. They hooked them up to the TVs as the episodes were played. They recorded them on audio.
Yeah, I could find those animated ones. I found those. Those are not hard to find.
And there's going to be another animated story released, The Evil of the Daleks, coming out, I think, in Britain next month. Another Patrick Troughton story.
I'll be able to get that one.
I don't know. I'm not as much into it as you guys are, so I'll take your word for it.
And of course, they're releasing all.
I went outside and switched to my phone so I could smoke a cigar, and I'm going back inside. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. We're supposed to have a Doctor Who JeopNerdy, and it took us an hour and 15 minutes to actually talk about Doctor Who.
Well, we really shouldn't be. That's why, because a lot of questions might be answered. So we really should just tread carefully.
That's
I would hate to give Deej a reason or an excuse to lose or win.
Well, that's true. We can't say who the worst doctor is because the answer is going to be Jodie.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we can't.
You know, I feel bad for Jodie. I really do, because I don't think she was a horrible doctor. I just think that everything that she had supporting her was horrible.
It's not her
if she
fault.
would have had, like, Jodie could have done a lot better in the Moffat age, or the guy, I can't remember his name right now, the guy before Moffat.
Davis?
Yeah.
Well,
seriously,
remember,
though.
it's not Jodie's fault. It's the writer who wrote her that way.
The showrunner and the showrunner is the one who told her not to watch any Doctor Who. The showrunner had a lot to do with like molding it.
It's
the
not
writers
Jodie's
are the
fault.
ones in charge of freaking just completely fucking up every single word that comes out of her mouth.
Yeah, stop blaming Jodie. It's not her fault. She had these lines to read. This was her job.
To tell a Doctor Who actor not to watch the show,
no, come on.
that's stupid.
It's like telling that chick who played Rey, okay, you can never watch any Star Wars episode or any Star Wars movie ever before you do this role.
Even if you're going to go off in some tangent, it doesn't make sense not to watch the original show.
Remember the guy who played John Crichton on Farscape and then went on to go play on Stargate SG-1?
Ben Browder.
Yes. He watched every episode of Stargate to prepare for the role. The guy who is currently on Legends of Tomorrow, who is playing John Constantine, read every single comic book in preparing for the failed role he had in the NBC, only to come back and still get to do it on the CW.
Oh, shit.
The CW was basically a continuation of the show Constantine, if you looked at it.
Yes, I know that, okay? What I'm saying is there are people who actually do take the damn time to research and delve into the characters they're trying to play. They want to know the character.
Either that was two lighters from somebody else or my Echo lighter.
Well, it wasn't me. I vape. You know me, I vape.
I know. This is a brand new lighter, too. Oh, shit. I made it in France. That's why.
So, Jeff, question. Do you think...
hang on. I need to apologize, Mr. Miles. You are correct. There are a few other clips from episode 4 that have survived.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Miles is right. I'm not wearing a bandana, so hold on.
Well, there's no glare right now, so... Okay, now there's a glare.
In fact, they used one in Twice Upon a Time when they had the first Doctor meet the 12th Doctor.
LDG has a new tongue. Worse again.
What I was going to ask you,
I'm good at remembering specific episodes all the time, except for the research that I've been doing for the last 2 weeks.
Go ahead, Geek.
I was going to say, what do you think they should do with Jodie Whittaker's regeneration? Do you, as a Whovian, think they should show you who's next, or leave it an open regeneration and maybe give the show a break for a time?
Baker
depends on.
Oh, sorry. He asked you the question. Go ahead, sir. Sorry, Ollie.
No problem. It depends on who they get as a showrunner. I mean, it's kind of odd that they have not announced the new showrunner. Usually when they announce that the existing one or the current one is leaving, that they already have somebody in place to take over, and they've not announced that. So that's really interesting. Maybe there's timing issues. Maybe the contracts haven't been signed yet. I don't know. Maybe they want to take a little break. I don't think it'll be a long break. If there is a break, the 60th anniversary is coming up really quick. So I would think they would want to do something for that.
I was going to
You know what
say,
I would love
I was going to say before they broke the canon, because the new Doctor, basically continuation of the canon, it was actually continuation, no sidetracks, but since they broke the canon of the Doctor not being born on Gallifrey, the original canon was the curator said familiar faces, which meant past Doctors, a chance for past Doctor. I'm hoping they will actually have a regeneration, like a couple episodes of Eccleston or Smith back, a couple episodes, and they regenerate to a brand new Doctor. A surprise for the audience. They don't announce it. It's like, hey, surprise! We got your familiar face. Now the new Doctor.
It won't be Eccleston if they do something like that.
I know BBC and him is still at odds. I know that.
But Capaldi and Eccleston will not return to reprise their Doctors in anything other than audio dramas. And Eccleston, even that's a long shot.
Yeah.
They already revised Doctor.
Go ahead, LD.
They already revived the new audio Doctor Who for number 12, and it's not even him. It's another guy completely. It's Capaldi, but it's some other guy doing a Capaldi impression.
Yes.
So Capaldi's not even doing the audio.
But
I'm surprised Capaldi wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he didn't want to do it or what the problem was, but
LDG for the audio drama stuff, they've been having other people play the Doctors since like day one almost. I mean, there are ones from the 70s.
That's fine.
Tennant has done some voices.
The audio dramas.
Tennant had done.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's an article I read like a couple days ago. I don't know the history of the audio books or whatever, but
David Tennant's done full stories as the Doctor for Big Finish, and so has Eccleston now. Eccleston has done audio.
Ooh, I didn't know that was I know Tennant did.
2020 or something.
What's that?
Didn't he come back for like 2020 or something? But a majority of his stuff has been played by some other guy.
I don't think they ever had a Ninth Doctor audio story until Eccleston came back to do it.
Oh shoot! Going to the Google.
I could be wrong about that, but I really don't think they've had a Ninth Doctor audio story.
Don't use the Google.
Here's what I would love to have, and they should have the very first. And I don't mean the one that they already have, but like a regenerationless new Doctor. And if they did that with her, that would be awesome, because they would leave room for her to come back. And basically what I'm saying is they should have the new doctor somehow. You have like a handoff episode or a handoff double episode where the new doctor comes on with her, and then something happens to her and sends her out in a way.
Wow, that's
and we find out that the new person is actually the new doctor, and it's a loop that we don't see, that she becomes him or her or whatever in the future, but we don't actually see the regeneration. Something happens in the story plot. She gets sent off to the void or some loop or something or whatever, and then we just get the beginning of the new doctor without a generation, just knowing that they're connected.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
how
mean? That way you don't actually have finality.
Yeah, LDG, when they did the relaunch, that's what they did with the Ninth Doctor. But just to go back, according to the Doctor Who wiki, and I know people don't like wikis, but whatever, the main voice actor for the Ninth Doctor is someone named Nicholas Briggs, and other people who have voiced him are Pete Walsh and Jacob Dudman. So
Nicholas Briggs does other voices like the Daleks and the Cybermen.
But apparently he's also one of the main voice actor on audio stuff for the Ninth Doctor.
Well, I'm looking at Big Finish's Ninth Doctor Adventures, and they're all starring Christopher Eccleston. I can put the link in the chat if you like.
Let's see.
Oh, and by the way, I don't actually mean we don't see her regeneration, Mr. Miles. Yeah, because kind of like the only difference is what I'm saying. So she can come back in a later episode after the new writers and all that, and maybe have a better finale episode. If they did a finale episode with Chin Balls in charge, I don't think her regeneration scene, her episode for regenerating, will be all that spectacular. But if they do it where it's like a swap, and then we think that we know she's still alive, but she's out there, we got the future doctor, didn't get to see the regeneration, then that new doctor has like a year or 2 years, then they can have a special episode where we get Whittaker back, and it shows the beginning link, that something happens, and that's when she regenerates to the doctor that we're already familiar with now a year or 2 years down the line, and connect the loop in the future, which they didn't do with, well, they kind of did it with Missy, but they didn't actually show it. Or the Eighth Doctor, which I guess they kind of showed in that special, right? Because it wasn't that the regeneration supposed to be to Eccleston in the Day of the Doctor or whatever it was. At the end, we saw the War Doctor. Was that supposed to be Eccleston?
Yes, that was supposed to be Eccleston with the War Doctor.
So we kind of, like that then.
But Night of the Doctor showed. Yeah, the Eighth Doctor to the War Doctor. No. Night of the Doctor.
The beginning, right? Not the person you suspect or whatever. Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
It does.
Well, the regeneration was at the end of that mini episode, but it starts out with Paul McGann.
It does say that Eccleston did voice him for this, but if there was anything previously, maybe it was the other guy. So looks like.
Well, look in the private chat. Look in the private chat. It has all the stories that Big Finish has with the Ninth Doctor.
Well, there might be more than just what Big Finish has done.
Big Finish is the official audio adventure content creator for Doctor Who. Has been since Eccleston has been the Doctor. So it has to be Eccleston.
Then why is he listed as a voice actor for the Ninth Doctor? In fact, why is there 3 people listed?
Who? Nicholas Briggs? Nicholas Briggs? He does other voices. He does the Daleks. He does the Cybermen. He does other aliens.
Yeah, but specifically, I was looking up the Ninth Doctor, and they have those 3 guys listed as voice actors for him.
No, I guess you'd have to listen to it to find out, or do some more research. Maybe it was just a clip or a past clip, a recording, a flashback or something. I don't know.
It's possible. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking up stuff. That's why it's exciting radio right now.
Damn it. Sorry.
Now, here's what's interesting about the Ninth Doctor. Before the new series came back, there was an animated webisode. And it starred Richard E. Grant as the Ninth Doctor. And at that time, he was the official Ninth Doctor. But it wasn't Eccleston's incarnation of the Doctor. And once the new show was announced, they said that that's no longer canon.
Okay. We have, for audio appearances of the Ninth Doctor, we have Destiny of the Doctor, The Churchill Years, BBC New Series Adventures, Ninth Doctor Chronicles, and Ninth Doctor Adventures. Also, Short Trips and The Lives of Captain Jack, Volume 3. Sorry. So let's check this one. As a picture of Eccleston. But it says read by Nicholas Briggs and John Schwab.
Okay, so it's narration. It's not. They're reading the lines of the Doctor, but they're also reading the lines of other characters as well. It's just a reading of it. It's like getting an audiobook from the library. It's read by a person.
Yeah, so that's probably why they have it as that, because that's like saying, what's the guy that reads the Harry Potter books, and you're saying that, he actually played Harry Potter too.
Daniel Radcliffe.
No, they had some famous English guy read the books for Harry Potter. I can't remember now. Well, I'm already on Google.
It's kind of like the original VHS release of the story Shada. Of course, they had missing scenes. So what did they do? They had Tom Baker do narration for those scenes on the VHS tape.
Stephen Fry is who I was referring to. So it's like saying because he read the books in the audiobooks, he played Harry Potter and he played Hermione Granger and he played Voldemort and all that stuff. I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Either way, that's really being specific and pedantic. You could argue both ways.
Yeah, you could.
No, I'm sorry. Reading a book and narrating doesn't mean you're acting.
Well, you put in certain inflections and
you're familiar
things
with
into the different characters. So in a way you are, in a way you're not. So I can see it both ways.
It's like if I just went, LDG is describing Missy, LOL. I could argue I'm acting as Mr. Miles. Even though he doesn't talk like that at all.
Thank God.
Who, Mr. Miles or LDG?
Sound more
Mr.
like
Miles.
Kermit the Frog to me.
Oh, Kermit the Frog here. Yeah, right.
Hi-yo, Kermit the Frog.
Hey, Mike, I got to take off, buddy. I got a family about to head in, so I'm going to take off. Y'all have a good one.
No worries.
Catch y'all on the flip side.
Later, y'all.
Take care, geek.
Later, geek.
Later, dude.
Dang.
More caffeine.
Yeah, unfortunately, our coffee maker, or I'm out of coffee in the coffee maker, so. I couldn't make
And for any of you in the chat, or on the panel for that matter, that doesn't know who this is a character on another British show called Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
He's the computer AI of the ship Red Dwarf.
If you're looking at private chat, that's why I asked, when did Holly get hair?
Well, the second version of Holly had hair, but
Yeah, but you're
not like this. Not
Yeah.
like this. And
you're not blonde, okay?
that was female.
Yeah, you're not blonde.
I'm not female. No, I'm not blonde.
I know who Holly is.
I figured you did, Elihu.
I was dropping clues. Come on.
Oh, I know. I saw that.
Lister here. Come on. Cat.
I knew you did.
I guess nobody else got it.
And I did this because yesterday we had a special on A Question of Trek, and it was a question of Red Dwarf.
Ooh.
And I came on the show like this. So I looked like Holly.
Well, to change the subject, has anyone seen the new Suicide Squad? Because that's what we did for Quinn's birthday yesterday. Is we went to go see the new Suicide Squad.
I thought it was awesome.
Yes.
What a great movie. See my movie.
Holly, have you seen Suicide Squad yet?
I thought it
have
was
not.
absolutely stunning.
Oh, are you looking forward to seeing it?
Honestly, I didn't know it was coming out until like a day or two before. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Okay, because I think LDG's going to talk spoilers.
I don't care. He can.
I don't know. I appreciate looking at Margot Robbie more than LDG's smug, but the fact that it was using her voice or his voice was really disconcerting, and probably still any erection I'll get for the rest of the day.
TMI.
I honestly enjoyed it. I thought it was much better than the last Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, you don't get the character backstories because you already know they're badasses. Come on. It gets right to the action where they get killed off. I love it. Sorry, I think I spoiled it by telling you that Suicide members died.
Although I did kind of get a little upset when a certain character died, only because it was like telegraphed only 5 seconds before it happened.
I think I know who you're talking about.
But I do like the fact that he got a bunch of famous people, or at least A and B list stars, to be in a lot of the ones that are just killed right away.
I love that.
I mean, they have Nathan Fillion's credits third or fourth in the as they're doing stuff, and then right away his character's killed.
Look at Pete Davidson.
I like how you tried not to spoil things, and then you just went out and right out spoiled it.
Hey, okay. Suicide members die in this movie,
spoiled.
okay? Suicide Squad members will die in this movie. That's not a spoiler.
Yeah, every
yes,
Suicide
it is.
Squad thing has, and I didn't say what character he's playing, and I didn't say if you'd even recognize him.
Everybody anybody who's watching it's going to know the actors that they're wanting to watch it for, and they know what character they're playing. They have posters for each individual actor already before the movie even came out.
Yes, but I hadn't seen any of them. Neither had the Vile Child or the Vile Intern.
Again, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the millions and millions of people that you're talking to right now.
People, I'm just one. I can only talk about from my experiences. And besides, if you don't know that Suicide Squad members die in a Suicide Squad mission, then you
No, we know that.
You don't read or look at Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it's not. We know they're gonna die. That we're waiting for someone to get their head exploded. For God's sakes, that's not the problem. Just don't tell. Just don't say who it is.
Holly, I can tell you this spoiler: the creator of the Suicide Squad comic book has a cameo.
Nice.
I can tell you that spoiler.
That is awesome.
Either way, I enjoyed it. I recommend going to go see it. It's probably not as good as either of James Gunn's MCU movies, but it's still much better than most of the DC crap that's being put out.
I actually like this newest Suicide Squad, except for the Amanda Waller character. I'm like, damn, they made her a pussy. I'm sorry.
What?
I thought she was a pussy. Hey, if she got what happened to her, I would have shot everybody like she did in the first movie. Not just sit there and sulk. Come on.
I don't think that I would not have called her a pussy for anything that she did prior to that, what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and
but afterwards.
Because afterwards, it's extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, but still, they undermined her authority.
Why do you think they had the later scene?
Yeah, but she shouldn't just stop there. She didn't like everybody else.
No, she's going to torture those people later on.
Well, they are going to be prominent in the new series. So in that new show, they are going to be prominent in there. They are listed as main characters.
So, if anything, I would say that they just made Amanda Waller's character less Ice Queen, more psychopath.
Okay, I'll give you that much, yeah.
But then again, in the comics, she was both Ice Queen and psychopath, depending on the writer. So it still fits with her character. At least they didn't kill her off real quick, like they did in other. What was it, like Smallville? They just killed her off, or no, it was the Flash shows, the Arrowverse. They just killed her off.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Yeah, because what's his name's wife becomes the leader of that group. Remember?
Oh shit!
And that happens like in season 3 or so. So that's really early on for that whole anime, that whole universe.
Oh, and by the way, there's 2 end credit scenes.
Arguable.
Well, yeah, but technically it's 2, so I just want to let people know it's like, oh, not just one.
Mr. Miles, you can ask that question on LDG streams. So go to one of his streams and ask him that question.
Go backstage and ask him.
What was the question?
It's on the screen.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm doing something right now.
He wants to know your opinion on cryptocurrency.
Oh, it's the way of the future.
So
anything in particular, you're gonna have to let me know. But yeah, cryptocurrency, and it's. I don't like calling it cryptocurrency because it's not currency. Yeah, crypto is the way of the future. Matter of fact, now it's going to help us quite inevitably because now digital content can be serialized, and people can stop crying copyright over copies of stuff that they can prove that they have the original digital content of. So that's one thing it's going to change the world with.
Well, listen, I'm not going to get into it. I've already had this conversation with Mr. Miles. But I will just say, I think you guys are both wrong.
I'm staying.
Say what you want, man. I started the statement with "I think," right? So I'm safe, right?
You could argue that, yes. And judging by your thinking process displayed so far in this stream, we know that that's a flawed premise to begin with.
Totally agree. Oh wait, I'm staying out of this.
You found a way. You just had to. You just had to.
And yeah, I think he's referring to the blockchain stuff, Mr. Miles, which is still ridiculous. But I'm not going to get into it. What else do you guys want to talk about before
ridiculous.
I'll go on till I was going to go on till 2 hours, but that's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, that's in 6 minutes.
Yep, you're pretty close.
Which is why I'm not going to get into this conversation because I probably had a 2-hour conversation with you, Mr. Miles, about it.
I got to go to Target soon before it gets crowded.
Wait, Targets are crowded? Since when?
Yeah, on Sundays. They close at 6 p.m.
No, they don't.
They do here.
Oh, well, then they don't close that early here.
Yeah, every Target in the city closes at 6 p.m. because of high theft.
Wow. Go figure that on the day of the Lord, there's the highest theft.
Technically, that's Saturday. The Sabbath is Saturday.
And it's Sunday today.
Yeah, but technically the Sabbath is on a Saturday.
Depends on your religion. Now it's up to you. It's up to you to decide which religion is right.
That's true. Still believe religion was created to explain the unexplained.
It was a way to explain the unexplained.
Form of control.
Explaining it.
You gotta remember, the people that wanted religion are not the people who created the religion. It was created by those who had control over those people to control them further.
That's what it turned out to be.
Duh.
You say duh, but millions of people have no clue.
That's because millions of people think that UFOs are real, that Bigfoot is a thing, that the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, I know. And millions of people think that we're actually different people instead of the same person.
People are dumb.
It was said in Men in Black, a person is smart, people are dumb. Tommy Lee Jones.
And see, even Mr. Miles, UFOs are real. No, they're not.
Actually, they are. It means unidentified.
Yeah, they're real.
Identified.
Okay, you're right. I should have been more specific. It's never aliens.
Giorgio Sukla.
Well, there are aliens, though.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
Yeah. Statistically speaking, LDG, yes, you are correct. There are most likely aliens somewhere else out in the universe. Statistically speaking. Evidentially speaking, and logically speaking, they've never visited Earth.
But that's
but that doesn't mean they don't exist. Evidentially speaking, they must exist.
That's why I'm using a human perspective of knowledge and technology.
Statistically speaking, LDG, they must exist. Evidentially,
No. The evidence of the universe states that they should exist somewhere. They have to exist somewhere. Now, evidentially speaking, they're not on Earth, maybe, but it is impossible, 100% impossible, that they don't exist in the universe already.
Nothing's impossible, it's improbable.
You can say what you want.
It does.
That's the way it is. That's the way people should welcome.
Other than statistical probability, and that does not count.
No.
Yeah, just
it goes beyond statistics, File Mike.
LDG,
it goes way beyond statistics.
In a habitable zone does not mean there's life on that planet. There are 3 planets in a habitable zone.
I don't give a shit about. I don't care about how close things are to the planet. It's a simple fact that we haven't disproven, and it looks like everything goes on forever. It's been billions of years. There's no way we're the only planet.
LDG, I want to ask you something. Statistically speaking, there is one blowjob given every 3 seconds in the world. So statistically speaking, you've given at least 12 blowjobs in your lifetime. How many blowjobs have you given?
I refuse to what do you call it? Agree or disagree to that statement. Thank you very much.
You don't have to include names, just numbers.
Okay, so based on the statistics of it, you are guaranteed to have given a blowjob.
And again, you're talking about what I've said that doesn't matter.
I'm saying
you're trying to make your own point. I'm saying statistics. I don't go by statistics. I go by evidence. No, I just told you. Open your ears for a second, Vile Mike, and then you can speak after I finish. I told you statistics have nothing to do with it. I'm talking about evidence. You're talking about statistics. So you can say how many blowjobs I've given all day long. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about statistics. Because statistics say that you've killed somebody.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Statistics say that you have purple hair. Statistics say everything. You can quantify anything with
Evidence
statistics.
for alien life is statistical. There is no actual physical evidence.
There's no evidence of aliens. There's evidence that aliens exist.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't.
Okay.
I'm agreeing with Vile Mike on this statement.
The fact that we're even alive is evidence that the universe breeds life. Yes or no?
Mike, can you highlight 2 comments above that one that Mr. Miles put? He's talking about the Drake equation.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Miles, for clipping this because it is absolutely true.
There is no evidence that we are the only society out there. If we were able to be created here, then we can be able to be created somewhere else.
LDG. That's why I'm saying, statistically speaking, yes, you are correct. Aliens do exist.
I don't want to hear statistics.
Planet, but we have no actual evidence of them. Just like, statistically speaking, you've sucked at least 12 dicks. You actually may have not.
You're not listening to me. You're not listening. You're not listening to me. You're still on the blowjob of that we have no evidence that they exist. I don't give a shit about evidence that they exist. The fact that they haven't come down here and shook my hand is not what I'm talking about. We do have evidence that life blooms in the universe. That we have evidence of.
LDG, as a former bartender,
it doesn't matter one planet. That space is relevant. It doesn't matter if it's just here.
But we only have one example.
No, all you need is one.
No, you don't.
That doesn't mean that it exists elsewhere.
Yeah.
No, it means it can exist elsewhere, and it most likely has, but we do know
LDG, you cannot
that the universe creates life.
You understand that, right?
But you do realize how stupid it is to think just because it's here, it doesn't happen anywhere else? You do realize how stupid that sounds.
You understand?
We just don't have the evidence it does.
Yes.
Yes, you're talking about evidence after the fact. I'm talking about the evidence required to know that it can happen again. There's 2 different things here that we're talking about.
No,
I'm right.
Yes, it can. It doesn't mean it will or has.
You understand that, LDG? You're conflating 2 different things and saying that you are sure because you have the probability, but you don't have any actual evidence.
I'm sure. I am sure. Okay, first of all, I am sure. But getting you to believe to be sure, that's on you. Because it doesn't matter what I say or what proof you think you have. But there is no possible way that a never-ending universe against never-ending time, where the only things in existence are... You act like the universe is yesterday new.
No,
it's been around forever.
You are putting words into my mouth, LDG, because I said, with 100% certainty, there is life outside of Earth because of the statistical probability.
So then just say it without the word statistical probability.
We don't have evidence for it, so you can't base...
I'm not disagreeing with that. We don't have evidence of them existing. I agree with you. But I have evidence they exist. I don't have evidence that they are here, but there's evidence that life is flourishing throughout the universe.
Mathematically speaking, Earthlings are not the only thing in this galaxy alone itself. Mathematically speaking, we have no actual physical proof that they are anything life exists outside the Earth right now. But mathematically speaking, yes, humans are not alone. Earth is not alone.
We just don't have evidence for it yet.
I'm not saying no to that. And just leave it at that. Like, don't even say the next sentence. I'm not disagreeing with that. But I know they exist. There's proof they exist. We just don't have proof that they're here.
There is no proof.
Move along home.
Yes.
There is no proof.
There's no proof.
Yeah. You can say that all you want. But
what
there is evidence.
Okay, what is your proof?
Proof is not evidence. Are you guys speaking the same goddamn language?
I have proof. Bigfoot
I am not
exists.
saying there's proof. I said there's evidence. Guys, seriously, if you're going to try to match me intellectually, at least try to be on the same table. I said evidence. Did I ever say
I have
proof?
evidence. Bigfoot
You
exists.
guys are saying proof. I'm saying evidence.
I have evidence.
God.
What is your evidence?
Yeah. My evidence is
I'm not explaining it again. I've already explained it multiple times. There's evidence,
not evidence.
that the universe
That's not
breeds
evidence.
life. That is evidence. It's evident that is true.
It's not evidence that it's elsewhere.
It's everywhere. Space is subjective. It is relevant. The fact that it's here and not, yes, it is. Every freaking theory that holds water right now says the universe is relative.
No, it is
Everything. Yes, it is. The fact that light comes out of the star is because space is relative. Time is relative. Everything is relative. So anything that happens here can happen anywhere in the universe. Now, don't even try to fight me on this.
But it doesn't.
Now, unless
mean
you can
it
come
does.
up with something
It
that
doesn't
breaks what
mean
I'm
that
saying.
It does.
Yes, it does mean it does.
No, it
Yes,
doesn't.
it does mean it does because it happened here.
You need to take a logic class.
You really do, LDG, because you were, as I said, when I said that I agree with you when statistically speaking, alien life has to exist because it would be entirely improbable that it doesn't, does not mean we have evidence of it. That is not evidence. Statistics is not evidence. Because as I said,
I'm not saying it's statistics.
Statistically speaking, I have evidence in that regard, according to you, that you've sucked 12 dicks.
That's not evidence.
Exactly! That's what we're trying to convince you of, but you keep saying it is evidence in regards to alien life.
I don't know how to get you to think differently. I get where you're coming from. You're completely not on the same topic as me, and I don't know what to say to get you to understand what I'm trying to say. That's the problem. But that's fine.
Sorry, I had to do the mic drop.
In case somebody's wondering what LDG stands for, it means largely delusional guy.
All right.
Any scientist that doesn't say.
But I love arguing with you, LDG, because it just brings a smile to my face whenever we start to get you to see the right thing, and then you just veer off the cliff anyway.
Ditto.
So, all right. Anyone want to plug anything or no?
Yeah, I want to plug every life form on this planet. Listen, I don't know. What's tonight? Tonight's Sunday. We got Real Review 3000 at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time doing the weekly wrap-up. You can find us over there. Don't know if any of this conversation is going to make it over there or not, but if Eli, who's there, most likely, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, then we did they do the roundtable last night?
No.
Or was that yesterday?
Wait,
today? Is that today or yesterday? Bad Batch. Bad Batch roundtable?
Sunday.
That's Sunday, right? Okay, I thought I saw them do it yesterday. Okay, so tonight we got JJ Sith Lord, or it's JJ now. It's just called It's JJ. Doing the roundtable for the Bad Batch. I won't be there, but I'll be in the chat. But I'll be there for the weekly wrap up over on the Real Review 3000 channel. Might be doing another stream later, and then we got Bird starting. Matter of fact, starting now, if not already started. Twilight Zone. I'll pop in over there. Backstage is always open, also.
All right. Anyone else?
Thank you for having me. Arguing with stupid. You know what? You don't bite me, fucking stupid.
No, thank you. Well, I'm doing a premiere video posting Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific time with my show What's Up in the Universe, because I'm going to record it because I don't want no laggy video feed lag back if I have a week's stream. So I'm just going to record it and post it as a premiere video about our solar system.
But does that mean I can't mess with you in the comments this time? Dang it.
I will still be live in the chat, but I will not be interacting with the chat. It will be an uploaded video.
All right, fine.
I can interact in the chat still.
Yeah, but it's more fun when I get you to screw up on camera because it's something funny I said.
Yeah, I know.
History with R&R tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have Josef Petrick as a guest speaker.
All righty. And I have no idea when I'm going to get a video out because I haven't even done anything. Just work has been crazy. Out of the last 2 weeks, I've had to spend a week in Yuma. And Yuma is not the best place to stay, but I had to work. So, oh well. I'll just finish off with later, folks.
Later.
Thank you, Mike.